بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد الصادق الوعد الأمين وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين ورضي الله عن أزواجه وذرياته وأصحابه وأحبابه والتابعين وعنا معهم برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. أما بعد، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. This is Muhammad bin Yahya Ninowy, and I'm wishing you all a very blessed Ramadan, a very fruitful Ramadan, and a Ramadan that's unique, better than all the experiences, the spiritual experiences of Ramadan that you've had. We're looking at what tips, we're looking at ideas, at thoughts, something that is so special and so unique in Ramadan, so that we can experience Ramadan. And one of the most important things, to be honest with you, that we can experience Ramadan with is fixing your relationship with your parents. Correcting your relationship with your parents as much as you can. A lot of people have either cold relationship, or some people have no relationship, etc. And the relationship between you and your parents is the rahim. The rahim, the connection that you are absolutely prohibited from disrupting or disconnecting. And to the point that Allah Azza wa Jal Himself promised that He will connect to those who connect with their families, and He will disconnect with those who disconnect with their families. And you see why nowadays we are living in such a time of no barakah as well, is because a lot of people are no longer connecting with their families, because family is no longer important, it's no longer a priority. Family values are receding, and the Quran insists, and the Sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam insists that being good to family is extremely important, specifically your parents. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Quran, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, وَقَضَى رَبُّكَ أَلَّا تَعْبُدُوا إِلَّا إِيَّاهُ وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا. Your Lord decreed that none shall be worshipped but Him, and that you should be kind to your parents. Right back to back. One shall not worship any creation, and one shall be kind to the parents. So that shows you how important this issue of being good to parents. وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا has come in the Quran in different ways and has been emphasized enough, to the point that the Prophet ﷺ says, خَيْرُكُمْ خَيْرُكُمْ لِأَهْلِهِ. The best of you are those who are best to their families. وَأَنَا خَيْرُكُمْ لِأَهْلِي. And I am the best of you to mine. So that tells us also what we can do to experience the love of Allah Azza wa Jal and the spirituality of Ramadan. Fix that which is between you and your parents, so that their heart is pleased with you. So that doesn't mean that your parents are perfect. Doesn't mean you're not perfect. No one is perfect except the prophets. So guess what? Fix that relationship irrespective of whether you deem your parents perfect or not. That plays really no role. That's one of the reasons that can actually improve your state with Allah Azza wa Jal. It can improve the spirituality in your rituals, and also it can make you, or it can help you experience Ramadan in a way that you have not experienced it before. Ask your father if they're living, and your mother if she's living. Ask them that they're pleased with you. Ask them to utter that, to make dua for you for that. Ask them that if their heart is pleased with you, not just their tongue, get that pleasure from them. Let them express that before Allah Rabbul Alameen and keep that with you. We have a hadith that I find very interesting, to say the least, where the Prophet ﷺ says, "Man sarrahu," whoever is pleased to have a prolonged life. You want to live longer? Do you want to live longer? Then فَلْيَصِلْ رَحِمَهُ. Then they shall be good to their family. They shall be good to their parents. To live long, and you might say, I don't understand the connection. What do you mean? If I do that, then Allah Azza wa Jal grants me a longer life? That's what the hadith says. How? What does this have to do? This is not saying eat better, you'll live longer. This is saying be better to your parents. That's one of the reasons that you live longer. Yes, and that's exactly an authentic hadith. You want to live longer? Be good to your parents. Be better to your parents if you're already good. And وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا. With the parents, treat them with excellence. Don't treat them as the last thing. Don't treat them with the leftovers. Don't treat them with your leftover time. Don't treat them with your leftover words and attention. Give them the best, and you shall get the best. What goes around comes around, you know that, but it's not just about that. It's about you being refined to be eligible to be in Allah's presence. And that's one of the reasons. Remember the hadith, the Prophet ﷺ spoke to one of the Sahaba, and he wanted to go to jihad to struggle with the Prophet ﷺ, and the Prophet ﷺ, al-hadith sahih, asked him, "Alaka walidan, do you have parents?" He said, "Yes, I do." He said, "Fafihima fajahid, go serve them well to the point that they're pleased with you. That's your struggle." And therefore the Prophet ﷺ used to warn people from shirk and from uquq al-walidain as well in the hadith. Ash-shirku al-ishraku billah wa uquq al-walidain. So may Allah Azza wa Jal make us among those who are righteous and good with their parents. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if you have parents, cherish them, because there may be a day soon when you won't have them and you would wish that you had them. So cherish them, love them, honor them, please with them, so you'll be pleased. And may Allah Azza wa Jal bless all of you, bless your families and parents. Wa sallallahu wa sallama wa barak ala Sayyidina Muhammadin wa alihi walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.